This is Michael Perez, executive producer of More Brains, A Return to the Living Dead, and you're listening to Without Your Head Radio on withoutyourhead.com.
I'm great, thanks. How are you guys?
I'm doing good.
Real
doing
good,
pretty good.
Good.
Probably a lot colder than you are.
Hey, it was beautiful here this week, and now we're getting cold weather, so it's our turn. Not as cold as you, but we're going to get a little cold weather now.
Yeah, well, I've seen snow on the ground here for weeks.
Not seeing that.
As long as you don't have to shovel any snow, you'll be okay.
I lived in Wisconsin for a couple of years, so I know what that snow's about, and I couldn't do it. It's too cold for me. I can't do it. So I'm back in Los Angeles.
Right. But you actually have some appearances coming up, but that'll be in July, so it'll be a little warmer, I assume.
Yeah, in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got Famous Monsters in July, and then we have, in Burbank we have Monsterpalooza.
Cool. Do you like it when you go to these shows and meet the fans of the movie?
That's the best part. Everyone's so nice and so friendly, and it's just a really good time. It's like a big party with a bunch of old friends. Mm-hmm. And we do see a lot of the same people over and over again, and of course we get to visit with each other, which is a lot of fun. We don't get to see each other all that much, probably twice a year, unless we're calling up and meeting for dinner or something. So we get to sit at these tables for 2 days and just talk about everything. So I love it. I think it's just so much fun. No pressure, just a lot of fun.
Yeah. No,
sounds
people.
like a good time.
Yeah, they're collecting all the different things. You yourself, have you collected anything from the movie?
Well, here's the big one. I had my complete outfit, the clean one, because I think I had 4 outfits, and they were in different stages of disarray. And I had the best one of the 4, and a couple of years ago, well, now I guess it's about 4 years ago, I threw it away. I thought, what am I going to do with this? Why am I saving this? And I just read a book about, cleansing your home and, cleansing your spirit. I can't remember the name of it. But I threw it away. So everyone's like, oh, how could you have done that? And then I look at Brian, and he has all of his wardrobe. It's just, with the buttons and the jacket and the I think he had prosthetic teeth. I had prosthetic teeth as well, but I couldn't talk with them in. And I threw those out as well, but Brian's got everything. He did a great job on saving stuff.
Yeah, we talked to him a couple weeks ago. He actually said that he collects a lot of stuff from Planet of the Apes, too.
Oh, my gosh, his house looks like he has, I think it's his garage or a guest house. I'm not sure quite what it is. But he has everything from that show. He has the coffins and the wardrobe, and I don't know how he got so much stuff. It's just amazing. It's quite a collection.
Yeah.
So I just have, from Return, I've got my matches, my T-shirt, my chair back, all these goofy things. Some pictures.
Yeah, instead of throwing out, you should put it on eBay.
I didn't think there was a need for it. I didn't think that anybody would want it.
Oh, you better believe
that? I know. I'm so mad at myself, and now I want it. Now I'm thinking, why did I do that? It was such a great outfit. And we have a friend that works for Guess, and I keep saying, look at this outfit. I wore this. It's all Guess. And he's like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. And I said, you've got to bring that outfit back, because I want one. It would not be hip now, I know. But
well, it might be back in style. Things come back.
Give it time. Yep, give it time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, how close was Tina to the real you, the character?
Unfortunately, quite a bit. We were just talking about that, and everybody, I think, except for Brian, really are their character. Well, that's not true. Mark Venturini was nothing like that. He played suicide, and he had passed away, but he was nothing like his character. He was a big teddy bear, and I think I'm a lot like my character. I'm real tapping my watch and come on, guys, we got to get to our convention. Is everybody up? Let's do this. Let's where is everyone? So yeah, a lot.
I assume Alan Troutman wasn't much like the Tar Man, though.
No, he was not. No, he doesn't look a lot like that, though. No, I'm kidding.
I think it was on the special edition DVD that you mentioned. The first time you saw him in the costume was when you're filming the scene. You think that added a lot to it?
I don't know if it added a lot because, well, let's see, they had the set and Alan covered up. And when they took the sheet down to start, they didn't want me to look anywhere or see anything. And when Alan came out, I just thought he looked so cool. It wasn't that scary for me. I just thought, oh my gosh, that's really great. And the set was, phenomenal. You would walk into this little alcove, and it looked just like what you're seeing on TV, of course, but it just really felt like what it was. It felt like that basement. And so it wasn't real terror, and we've done it so many times, each, take in every scene so many times that you just had to keep faking it, or acting, I guess they call it. But faking it works pretty good.
I remember you also said that you really fell through the steps when you run up the steps. Like they didn't tell you that one of them would break away.
Yeah, there was a few issues there. Dan wanted it to look extremely real, so he told me we were going to do a practice run, and he had put in the fake step, and he goes, go to makeup, get freshened up, and I did, came back to the set, and everyone looked a little funny to me. Their faces were like Dan had just gotten very upset. And so, and nobody would really look at me. It was like a very odd feeling walking back in there. So I go to do the scene, and I run up the steps, and bam, I fall right through. And I was shocked, and you could hear everybody going, oh, because they knew it was coming. And I was black and blue from my hip, and I couldn't say anything because I was the new girl in town, and I was so upset by this. And everybody else was, when I got up and I kind of limped out of there, they all kind of pat my back and go, oh, we're so sorry that happened. There was nothing we could do, and they felt really bad. But Dan had his way of getting what he wanted, so that was not good. It really happened, and it hurt, but I was really glad because in one of the scenes later on down the line, Cleo was very angry with Dan, and he threw a vase at him, and I was so grateful. He was my hero at that moment. I didn't flinch, and I stood my ground and stayed where I was supposed to, but I'm watching this transaction happen between Cleo and Dan, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's really going to kill him. And he took this vase and hurled it at Dan, and it shattered everywhere. And I was just inside going, oh my gosh, that was so cool. I wish I could have done that. But it was good just to see it, just to see that kind of a drama on a set. And it wasn't the acting part of it. It was sincere, upsetness. It was great.
Do you know what upset him? Was there any particular incident for Cuckoo?
Well, yeah, it's probably just, Dan's delivery on what he wanted. I mean, bless Dan's heart. He's gone now, and he's done interviews, and he's come back to say, my words fell hard on a lot of people, and I did a lot of bad things, and he called himself an ASS, and which at the time we all felt that. But now that he's come back and said all this, you're all going, oh, okay, he didn't mean to be so hard on everybody, but he was just very hard on everyone. He critiqued. He would shove if he wanted you to go in a certain direction. He would spin you around, grab your shoulders and do these things to you. And I think he kind of focused a lot on me because he invited me to his house before they started shooting, and I'd already signed the contract. And they said, Dan wants you to go to his house to read lines. And he had a gun on his table, and he had some of the girls' interviews for Linnea's part playing on the TV. And he was watching these, and I got so nervous and so scared with that gun sitting there and what was on TV. And I thought, uh-oh, what's going on? What am I here for? And he got a phone call and went into his kitchen, and he was on for about probably 5 minutes. And I jumped up and I said, oh, I forgot, I've got another appointment. I've got to go. And I dashed out of his house. And I think he did not like that. For whatever reason, I don't know where it was going or what was to happen, but I should never have, not ran the lines with him and done what I was supposed to. And from then on, he was really hard on me. I was terrified of Dan. It was rough.
Yeah. I know Don Calfa, he said he helped you out to get ready for the final scene. He played some music for you. And what were they the exact songs that he played?
I can't remember the score, but it was very heavy music. It was She tells me all the time, and I forget to look it up and listen to it. But it was from a real heavy score of a film, and it was just heavy, fabulous music. It took you right to where you needed to be, and that's what he would listen to get ready for different scenes. And what happened was I had been crying so much that I couldn't cry anymore. I could feel the emotions of being upset about whatever it was I was supposed to be upset about, but no tears. There was no water left in my body. And so Robin, the makeup girl, is blowing peppermint in the eyes, and she goes, "We're going to get this. Don't worry. We're going to get tears to come out." And she couldn't do it. And so finally I went up to the attic scene, and I was like, "Oh, no, I don't know what to do. I can't cry anymore." And Don goes, "Here, honey, don't worry about it. Put this on your ears and listen to this." And, we have to sit there for like a half an hour before they get everything going, and they light you just right, and you know how everything goes, and play the music. And I said, okay, I'm ready now. This is good. So we just went into the attic scene and did it. But yeah, Don's great. He helped me out a great deal.
Yeah. Now, I know you didn't continue acting much after the film, but did you ever use that technique ever again? Music to get it ready for a sad scene?
No, I never did. After that film, I think I moved with my husband to Las Vegas. His uncle had a lot of money and wanted to open up a hotel and casino. And so we moved to Vegas, and then from there I think we moved to Wisconsin. So I never went back and did anything. It's just like shame on me. I kept saying, "Oh, well, I'll go back and do it again," and I just never did. Then I got married and I had a child, and for me, I couldn't be working and have a child at the same time. I know a lot of people can juggle, but I'm not one of those people. And so I just stepped out of it. And now here we are, so far from the beginning, and I just don't know if I'd go back now at all or not.
All right. Has your kid seen the movie?
This is a big thing. He's 16, and he'll be 17 in March. And he was the only one of his friends who had not seen the movie. And I just feel, because it's rated R, and I'm a pretty conservative mom. And so finally he goes, "Mom, you gotta let me see this movie. Everybody's seen it, and you're my mom. You're in it." And so I said, "Oh, okay," cringing. I let him see the movie, and they're just laughing. They think it's hysterical, and I'm like, I don't know why I didn't let him see it. I felt so bad, and his friends were teasing him, and so anyway, he finally saw it. He loved it. He thinks it's a crack up, and he's really proud of me. It's just really cute.
Yeah. Well, what was like? You go on. Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And then some of his friends, he'll be playing a game, and someone go, "Yeah, his mom's Tina," and they'll go, "Oh yeah, right, sure," and then, "No, she really is," and it's, all that funny little chat back and forth for him. And anyway, yes, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, that's all right. I was just wondering, did any of the other family members, what did they think about it when it came out? Like, if your parents saw it?
Yeah, my parents were in the film business. They're both retired now, so they'd come and walk the set. My mom was a film designer, and so she, came and looked around. And I don't think anyone saw the movie for a while. It's kind of funny. My sister, I think, might have, but nobody else did. And then my husband's side, I was dating him at the time. He didn't want any of his family to see the movie. It was too, his family is real white bread. And so none of them have seen it, and it's kind of this funny thing that, most of them don't know about it. My mom laughs about it now, and but yeah, just a few here and there. My grandmother, of course, went to this is funny. My grandmother, she's 89 now, and she's still driving. She's great. We just all did an OnStar commercial together. But she went to the movie theater on opening day, and she says, "We'd like 2 tickets to see Return of the Living Dead." And the girl at the window goes, "Oh, ma'am, I don't think you want to see that movie." and my grandmother goes, "Oh, yes, I do. My granddaughter's in that movie." So my grandmother saw it right off the bat. So bless her heart for going to see it.
Well,
it's a supportive member of my family.
Yeah. What did she, do you know what she thought of it?
Oh, of course, she thought it was fantastic, and I was great, and it couldn't have been better, and she loved it. She just loved it. She sat through it again when we went to the New Beverly Cinema for something Clu Gulager was doing, and I said I'd go. It was a tribute to him, and I asked my grandmother to go as well, and she went again, and she was such a sport. She loved it. She just great.
John, do you have a question?
Yeah, actually I do. I was just wondering what it was like to work with Tom Matthews.
Oh, Tom Matthews is a... Are you hearing that?
Uh-huh.
Are you hearing my phone? Oh, thank goodness, my phone's ringing in my ear. Tom Matthews is very quiet. He doesn't say too much, so it was a lot of fun working with him. We actually went on a date before we started filming, and neither one of us can remember quite what we did, so clearly not a memorable date. But he's a sweetheart. He's a really nice guy. He's a good friend of George Clooney's, and I think he's a real teaser. We went to do a convention, I think it was about 2 months ago, and he starts texting me from the airport, security line is too long, I'm turning back, not going in. And of course I'm panicking, going, no, you have to come, it's going to be fun, get through, we'll come get you. And I'm sending Mikey, hi Mikey, our agent, Mikey down there to go get him. He's not coming in. And of course he turns around, I turn around, he's right there, he's just teasing. So he's a character, he's a real sweetheart.
Yeah. Now, well, was a date to get into the character role, or was it just a regular date?
I think they wanted us to get into the character role, but if I remember correctly, I don't think either one of us spoke to each other very much on the date. I don't know if we went to see a movie or what, but it's the weirdest thing. I just can't remember it. So I remember him having money left over. They gave him money to pay for it all, and I had my boyfriend, and I wanted to go home, and he probably had his girlfriend, and he wanted to go home, and
right.
Funny thing.
So what would you say your favorite scene in the movie is?
The attic.
Mm-hmm.
I think the attic scene was the best. I enjoyed that the most. Oh, you know what this is? My phone's ringing in my ear. It's my alarm to call you guys.
Oh.
Oh my
Well,
God.
it worked.
Ringing and vibrating on my head, and I'm like trying to hear. But yeah, I think the attic scene was my favorite. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. It was a real, Don had changed the scene. He had said to Dan, how about if I kill her before Tom Matthews comes up through the attic and gets her? Like, it was in one of those Western movies that I think John Wayne did. And he thought that was such a noble scene, and he wanted to recreate that. So the whole scene of doing that was Don's idea. Not Dan, but Don Calfa. Mm-hmm. And I love that scene. I thought it was brilliant as he's pulling my head away, and he's going to kill me. And I just love it.
It is
it's gross, but I do. It's a lot of fun.
I mentioned earlier, Dan O'Bannon passed away recently, and I guess you guys had like a tribute to him. I think it was last week.
Yeah, at the New Beverly Cinema. We sure did, yeah. Very nice. They showed the movie. They showed the other movie he did. I can't think of the name of it right now. I could pinch myself. But we watched that movie, then we did a Q&A, and we just said a few things about, Dan, what we liked, and, people asked some questions, and it was very nice. His wife was not there, and, Linnea was not, Jewel was not, but most of us were there, and it was just, it was very touching. James Karen and Clu Gulager, of course, are fantastic speakers, as is Brian Peck. He just, can talk for days about things, and Bill Stout, who was the designer, was there, and he talked a lot about things, and, it was just really nice. Even though I even said when I was there, I said, I didn't have the greatest experience on the film, but we're all here because we deeply care about Dan, and he did a lot for each of us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was sad to see him go. He went too early. He suffered too long, and he went too early. And I know he had more things he wanted to do with his life and in the film business. And Jewel and I have been working on a documentary, and she went and interviewed him. And of course, I was a sissy, and I was afraid to go and confront him and talk to him and ask him questions. And now shame on me. But she asked him, what do you have going? What are you doing? And he has more things he wanted to do. And although he looked frail, he was just, brilliant speaking and had his ideas. And it's sad. It's just too bad. But,
Mm-hmm. When we had Brian Peck on 2 weeks ago, he was saying that I guess some of the people from the original cast, they think about doing like a direct sequel or another Return of the Living Dead. Like if they actually did that, would you want to be part of it?
Definitely. I think it'd be a really great way to go full circle. I think we would need that, or it would be nice to do that. I think it'd all feel really good for all of us if we could just, do it and be more educated at this time in our lives. And I don't know if we're too old to do that or not, but it would be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. And we're all so close. So I think that we could get that across on screen as well.
Now, I know you have a MySpace page. Is that like the one that you actually run?
I do run it. I run my MySpace and my Facebook, but I'm just not on them very much. So I do try to check in once a week. Facebook a little bit more. But, yeah, I'm there. That's me.
Okay.
That's my page. Beverly Randolph. I know there's a Tina page, and I know there's a few others, but Beverly Randolph is me, and the same thing on Facebook, Beverly Randolph.
Yeah. Now, did you think, 26 years later, you'd still be talking about the movie when you were making it?
No, and I didn't think I'd be getting checks for it, and I didn't think.
That's even better.
No, it's quite a surprise, and it's so fun, and it's amazing that people are like, oh my gosh, it's like the generations keep coming with this. It's like, our generation and our children and the people older than us. It's just amazing. It's like 4 generations with my grandmother, but four generations that like this film. It's wild. Even the moms come up to me and go, oh, Tina, I wish I was you. That's so cool. And then the kids are like, oh, Tina, It's really funny. Very fun.
They have the special edition DVD. Do you know if there's any plans of putting a Blu-ray out? Maybe there is a Blu-ray. John, do you know if there's a Blu-ray out?
I don't believe there is yet. No. I'm sure it's in the works. I'll definitely be picking that up.
Yeah, me too. No. Yeah, because we have to buy our own,
Really?
They just did that. Oh, yeah, we just did that DVD, what was it, special, and we all talked, did the documentary thing at the end, and we all had to buy our own copies.
Really? They didn't send you one?
No, and they didn't pay us.
Oh, man.
They served us lunch. It was nice.
Yeah, hope it was a good lunch anyway. Apparently not.
If we're being honest, no.
Yeah. I know you're actually getting...
It's a lousy lunch, too.
It was just like cold cuts. Here's the rolls, and you can slap together a sandwich if you like. But they were very nice. And
they didn't even make you the sandwich.
No, they didn't even make it for us.
Oh, man. That's pretty bad.
And then we were all talking on we were watching the movie and adding the commentary, and then they had these jokesters come on in the background and pretend like they were zombies. And I thought it was so annoying. And most of us did. We were all kind of rolling our eyes, and they wanted Brian to die off in it. And I've tried to bring Brian back because he's such a good speaker. Why are we killing Brian off when he's great at this commentary?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know about that.
To be perfectly honest, I watched that, and I didn't want to say it when we had the different guests on, but I did think the zombie part, I thought it was just like one of you guys just trying to be funny or something. And I actually thought that was kind of lame, because I just want to hear everybody tell stories about the movie. And then now I found out that that wasn't your guys' idea.
Well, thank God it wasn't one of the actual actors. So.
Right.
No, they brought these guys in, and finally we were all looking at the guys behind the glass going, what is this? Why are we doing this? And they called them out of the room. And we were so grateful because they were going in directions that I couldn't even follow. I'm like, what are they talking about? Did they not see the movie? So a lot of it kind of got, chopped up there, but it was stupid. It was stupid.
They were trying to steal the show.
Huh? You're right. That's what they were. They were on our turf. They were. You're right.
They were trying to get some of those sandwiches.
I wonder if they got residuals. I wonder if they got paid too. Oh,
that'd be the ultimate slap in the face.
Yeah, those zombies are getting paid.
I bet they did. Yeah, that's funny.
Besides Tarman, obviously, what was your favorite zombie in the movie?
My favorite zombie. Oh, remember the little fella?
Oh, yeah.
what was his name? I can't think of his name. I'm not doing very well with names and titles this fine evening, but Jeremy. I think his name was Jeremy. He was really something. He, you know, with all of his deformities, I guess you'd say, he was just a joy. He was a happy man and happy to be there, and it didn't, you know, nothing bothered him. He did exactly what he was supposed to, and you know, that I think he was an amazing zombie.
Mm-hmm. No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. He runs after Don Calfa, and he falls down. And...
Yeah, and he puts the calf's brains in his mouth, and so yeah, he was really something, I thought. But you know, the makeup on a lot. I love the half corpse.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if she was alive, wouldn't she have been just like this most beautiful woman, like a, you know.
Right.
It's so beautiful like that. Oh my goodness.
I dug her like she was.
She was. yeah, you guys.
Kind of stuff, Jones.
And Linnea.
Oh yeah.
No, Linnea's great. I love Linnea.
Mm-hmm.
She's wonderful.
Intro, John. Did you have any more questions?
I don't know.
Did I put you to sleep?
No, sorry. I had to put my mic here on mute. I was coughing a little bit.
Oh.
I didn't want everybody hearing that. I was taking a bite of calf brains.
They'll pay you $50 for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear that? That's what
yeah, that's what they said. That they were like an extra $50 if they actually would put them in their mouth.
Yeah.
Would you like to play the zombie in the sequel?
That's a lot of heavy. I don't think. Yeah, the makeup and the you sit in those chairs forever to get that makeup done. It's like I remember Tom and James sitting there getting that makeup done, and half the time they didn't have that much on, and I feel so bad for the people that had to really get the glue put on their faces and no, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to do that. If it was a couple days work that I had to wear some kind of, prosthetics, and then, I'd probably go with it, but no, not for a whole film. Linnea had such a rough time. Her prosthetics, oh my goodness. They weren't just her face, it was the Barbie doll, pieces, and bless her little heart, that was a lot. That was a lot to do. Mm-hmm. So she was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No.
Right. You said you and Tom went on a date before the movie, and I know they said they had rehearsals for a couple weeks. What did they consist of?
It was just like doing a play. We went in and we'd show up in the morning. We'd stay all day. They'd bring food in, and we'd just run lines. We'd talk about our characters. It was almost like a therapy session at times. We'd sit in a circle, and Dan would be the therapist, and he'd say, now Beverly, what are your feelings towards Freddie? Or Tina, what are your feelings towards Freddie? What do you think your life's going to be like with him? Is he in your life? It's like that. It's very funny, and how do you relate to these other people, and why are you not like them? It was like that, and then we'd get up and we'd run our lines, and for 2 weeks that's what we did. And in between that, when other people were running their lines, wardrobe would come and have you slip on some things and try out outfits, and you'd run and get your hair done, and you'd come back and they'd look it over, and there was a lot of interruptions because it was full on pre-production. So it was quite hectic, but very interesting. Just so much fun now that I think about it. I hadn't much thought about the rehearsal till you guys brought it up, but yeah, that was great. That was great fun, and it really prepped everybody and really brought us close together.
You think it helped, with the chemistry between everybody?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think it's better than walking onto a set and not knowing anyone. You try to adapt quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. It was just like old home week or going to school every day and seeing your friends. It wasn't an uncomfortable thing to be walking into all these people every day. Everyone knew each other so well by the time we started filming.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew everyone in the office because the office was attached to a stage we were in. There were location shots, but we were mostly on the sound stage in Burbank. And the offices were right there, so it was just like every day going in, saying hi to the secretary and hi to the, all the way through. hide in the kitchen for cooking the food, and it was neat. It was fun, very fun. A lot like Steven Spielberg has that same setup at his office. They have the kitchen, and it's really a campus type feel.
Yeah. Now, Brian brought up that you could hear the cows sometimes on the cemetery set because there was like cows on the other side of that. Do you remember anything about that? Did they ever ruin any of the scenes?
I don't remember. I remember us being in this crazy place in Fillmore. I don't remember the cows, but Jewel and I went back there as we were working on our documentary, and it's there's a new development, and then you go one house over, and it's still like farmland. It's so funny, and I can't remember what kind of animals they had there, but yeah, I'm sure at the time. Oh, I think peacocks running around, but I don't remember the cows. I don't remember all that happening. Yeah. It was so late in the middle of the night, and I'd run out and do my scene and run back in and shiver in the trailer. So.
Are you a fan of horror movies? Before you took the role, and afterwards, or just this movie?
No, I'm not. I don't watch horror movies only because they scare me, and I don't like the feeling you get from them. I know some people love that, and it just amazes me when they want to see these scary movies. It's like my son having a Halloween party, and I bought something that Brian suggested. I think it's Trick or Treat. And I'd stick my head in, with a little boy. There's a little boy in it with a lantern head or something.
Yeah, and he's got like a mask on.
See, you guys would know. Yeah, and I'm thinking, how are these kids watching this without screaming and not enjoying it? It's not an enjoyable experience for me to watch a horror movie. It's like even watching, and I say this every time, and everyone's like, you've got to be kidding me, but The Wizard of Oz. I hate The Wizard of Oz. I hate the flying monkeys. I don't ever want to see that movie, and to this day, I still say my son can't see it. My husband's like, you're crazy. There's nothing wrong with that movie. It's scary. Terrible.
All right, so you let him see Trick or Treat, but not
I know. Oh, gosh.
Well, what kind of movies do you like?
Romantic comedies.
Okay.
I like those. I think those are great.
Yeah. Well, I know you're going to be having dinner soon, and I think you said you were going to go play tennis.
Yeah, I'm running late. My husband just gave me the watch point, so
right.
we're late, but that's okay. We'll dash over right now. It'll be all right.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for coming on tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. I hope I didn't talk in circles there.
No.
No, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Once Troy gets a picture of you, I'll send it on over.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Please do. I got to give you my email. Hey, and I've got to say hi. Guerrero is in your chat room. That's my son.
Oh, okay.
I see him in there. I'm just clicked over.
Yeah.
So, and again, hi to Mikey. If I don't say hi to Mikey, he'll just pinch me. So.
All right.
You guys have a good night and a great rest of the show.
Thanks. And have a good game of tennis.
I will. I'm going to whoop my family.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys, this is Tom Matthews, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com. Stay tuned.